E3 2021 is officially in the books, and there was a ton of information thrown at us about all kinds of games from every genre you can think of. But the question still remains. Were all of your hopes and dreams answered? Welcome to Left Paw Gaming. Did E3 2021 deliver? E3 gave us all the videos and trailers and gameplay footage we could hope for. And if you are still excited for more, drop a like and leave a comment telling me about your favorite reveals or news from E3. And don't forget to subscribe if you're brand new, and ring that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all my game walkthroughs and other videos just like this. With all that out of the way, I hope you really enjoy the video. Let's jump in. The first big player of E3 was Ubisoft in their Ubisoft Forward on Saturday. They came in hot, showing off an awesome cinematic trailer for their new expansion called Extraction for Rainbow Six, which is coming out on September 16th. They announced that Rocksmith Plus will be a new subscription service that helps you learn some awesome music. I should actually look into that way I don't have to keep trying to make stuff with GarageBand. Anyway, they hit us with the news that we will be getting more from Assassin's Creed Valhalla when they drop the Siege of Paris expansion, and even more coming from the second year of the game, which is going to be exciting when, I finally finish the game and get into the DLC. That game is huge. Anyway, they also gave us a nice little look into Far Cry 6, and they let us know that we will be getting a chance to play as the villains from the last 3 games in some of Far Cry 6's Season Pass content. The big standout for me, though, was Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Kinda strange, yeah, it's a Ubisoft thing, but I like this game. And while I was pretty disappointed that I didn't get an announcement for The Crew 3, Mario plus Rabbids got me excited because I thoroughly enjoyed Kingdom Battle, and thought it was a pretty enjoyable game with that XCOM meets Mario gameplay and interesting blend of characters. I have actually come to realize that almost anything that has Mario in it makes me really happy. At least, the trailers do. Xbox and Bethesda decided to have a joint show this year since Xbox decided they had to buy Bethesda's parent company, ZeniMax Media. The show started off by finally showing off a bit of the highly anticipated Starfield, which is described as Todd Howard as Skyrim and Fallout but in space. They ended the trailer by giving us a release date of 11/11/22, which has me pretty excited because that means their work on The Elder Scrolls 6 is probably getting ready to really ramp up. The only downside to this is that I've played Elder Scrolls and Fallout only on PlayStation, and Starfield was announced to be an Xbox exclusive. Not that I'm upset about that, I just usually plan to play games on the system I always have. But I guess, since this is a brand new game, I can play wherever it's offered. There was so much in the Xbox and Bethesda show that I want to just highlight a couple of the standouts in my eyes. Back 4 Blood 4 was shown with an October 12th release date. Stalker 2 got a sweet little trailer that has me pretty intrigued, while 12 Minutes, which is a top-down time loop puzzle game, was finally given a sharp new trailer and an August 19th release date. Halo Infinite was a pretty big surprise to be announced as a Day 1 Game Pass game, but I guess that's not too surprising, as that is the game that really put shooters on Xbox on the map in the first place. There was also this really intriguing game announced by Arcane, the makers of the Dishonored series, that are working on a game called Redfall, where you fight vampires with some very unique characters. Honestly, the character models reminded me of seeing Fortnite for the very first time. Finally, Forza Horizon 5 was announced, and Jesus does it look beautiful. This game is a reason why you have been watching me play Horizon 4 during this whole segment. I just needed to get back into the game, and we all get to move on to the next one November 7th when Forza Horizon 5 finally drops. I know, I'm playing a game that wasn't even mentioned during their show, but come on, I need some Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 news. In fact, the lack of news has me a little worried about how long this whole story will take to get told. I hope I don't have to wait until the PS7 or Xbox Battle X to come out. Actually, I guess I should note that I don't own those names, but anyway, Square showed off a new Marvel game, Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's going to be its own unique take on the team entirely, where you can play as Star-Lord and your actions directly contribute to the team's morale and how the game unfolds. And it's separate from Marvel's Avengers. We also found out that the first 6 Final Fantasies are coming back as a pixel remaster that's available on Steam and app stores, which sounds pretty fun. I'd like to get back into those games again. Although I haven't played much since beating the story, I'm excited to play as Black Panther when he makes his way into the Avengers game in August. Still waiting for some news on Spider-Man though. But anyway, I'm very excited to jump into Life is Strange True Colors in September because the way the main character can read auras looks awesome, and I'd like to get some more into that story. In recent years, the Future Game Show and the PC Gaming Show haven't really interested me because I've had a terrible PC. But now that I have a pretty good one, which I got just before the pandemic struck, I have been logging some serious hours into Steam and boosting my library pretty heavily as well. So much so that I happen to find this awesome game that's on screen right now, which is called The Last Spell, made by Ishtar Games, who now have this updated name due to a recent rebranding just before The Last Spell was released in early access on June 3rd. But why am I showing a game that wasn't shown during the show? Well, that's easy. Ishtar Games announced Lakeburg Legacies during the show, and I am a fan of this developer, and I wanted to give them a nice shout out and tell you that you need to look into The Last Spell and check out Ishtar Games Discord. Don't worry, I'll drop the link in the description. Just tell me what you think after you've checked out this awesome game. The last big thing on the list for me was Nintendo. I know, in previous videos I mentioned that Pokemon can do its own thing and no one would be upset, so considering that nothing from Pokemon was shown, I can honestly say that I am not upset at all. However, no news of a Switch Pro, nor of Mario Kart 9, has me feeling like Nintendo was missing key pieces for me to truly have been happy. Anyway, that doesn't mean that Nintendo didn't deliver. They showed off some awesome games and provided a few surprises that will have me excited for months to come. First off, Smash Bros. Announced their second to last character being Kazuya in their Tekken crossover. As if the roster wasn't enough for me to buy the game as it is already, they had to drop Kazuya on me like that. That takes me back to the days in the arcade playing the OG Tekken. Also, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania got announced with a pretty fun looking trailer, and we get to play it on October 5th. They also announced Mario Party Superstars, which I would have much rather have that been an expansion to Super Mario Party than its own standalone game. But it looks pretty fun, and we get to play on some older maps in way better graphics. We'll just have to wait and see on October 29th. There was no news of Metroid 4, so I am a little disappointed to be talking about other Metroid stuff, but since it was announced, we are getting a new 2D platformer that looks pretty fun. Mario Golf Super Rush gave us another look, and I am thoroughly excited to play that game because it reminds me so much of playing Wii Golf. I will log so many hours into that game, I probably won't get any other video work done. Anyway, we finally saw more from Breath of the Wild 2. If you've been paying attention, I am sure that me playing Breath of the Wild in the background was a giveaway, but we got some new information that the team is adding to the map we already have by putting things up in the sky. I knew this game was so good that the sky was the limit. Alright, fine, too cliche. But they also dropped a release window of 2022. So to me, that means by next holiday I will be enjoying Breath of the Wild 2, but maybe not on a Switch Pro if they don't decide to announce it sometime soon. I mean, come on, Nintendo. Come on. Come on. So there you have it, guys. My recap of what E3 had to offer this year. All in all, I would say that it was a pretty solid showing. E3 is always full of surprises, and those surprises got me excited enough to not worry as much about the things I didn't get that I was hoping for news on. Looking at you, Mario Kart 9, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you got most excited for during E3 this year, and make sure you have that notification bell rung. Just because E3 is over doesn't mean that we won't be getting some more news. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be following up on some of these games and get as much info as I can to share with all of you. So as usual, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We will see you guys in the next video.